Yes.
There is some disturbance. It's from my end.
Your voice is a little low. Can you increase it, please?
Okay, it's fine now.
Yeah. Perfect. I request. Yeah. Thank you. Good evening, sir. I hope you have joined. I can only see the link.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Pooja ma'am and PRITHVI ma'am, and all respected high family members, educators. Good evening to all of you.
Sir, you will be sharing by that time that the presentation of PI?
Yes, ma'am, I'm sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Shul, for sharing. Shall we begin?
Sure, we can.
Thank you. A very warm welcome to today's session, everyone. I heartily welcome you all, those who have joined in. It tells that how the sessions are valuable for you, and you have taken time out from your busy schedule and have joined in. So, without much ado, I'll just give a brief introduction about myself. I am PRITHVI. I am a state vice president of PRITHVI Abhyuday Association. I am by profession, I am international certified career coach. I am a master trainer and I'm an author. So as rightly said, you can't move from it. May I request everyone to please keep yourself Thank you. Still it is. Dharini ma'am, I think it's your end. Can you please mute yourself? Thank you. So as it is rightly said, you can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself. This pandemic has taught how important it is to remain healthy, not only physically, but also mentally. Our educators are the one who has emerged as a warrior. But have we ever asked our teachers, are you okay? So keeping this in mind, that mental health is very important, PRITHVI Abhyuday Association India has organized a webinar on the topic, Importance of Teachers' Mental Well-being by Pooja ma'am. But before introducing our speaker, I would like to introduce our founder of PI, that is Dr. Harshvardhan Singh. Dr. Harshvardhan Singh is a founder chairperson of PRITHVI Abhyuday Association India. This association is currently working in more than 10 countries. More than 10,000 academicians are benefiting under the banner of this association. PRITHVI Abhyuday Association India is a non-profit organization for education leaders and other stakeholders with purpose to facilitate knowledge sharing, empower education leaders, to provide financial aid to those educators who are jobless, and instill leadership in education. Dr. Harshvardhan, instill education. Honored with more than 50 plus national and international award, Dr. That is, I am going to mention Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Rashtriya Shiksha Ratan Samman, Educator of the Year 2021, World Best Mentor Award, Dedicated Educationist, All India Education Award 2021, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam International Award of Excellence 2021, Shiksha Ratan Padam Samman, Impeccable Creative Thinker Award, Guruva Samman, National Earth Care Award. I welcome you, sir, for today's session. Now it's time to introduce our eminent speaker, Ms. Pooja A.S. Ms. Pooja is a global Goodwill ambassador, education influencer, advocate of teachers' mental well-being, debater, writer, content creator, social media manager, blogger, lawyer, certified career coach. Have been working in the educational industry for last 13 years, mentored and counseled 1,000 plus students, actively working on creating awareness about teachers' mental well-being and body safety for children. Academic qualification, diploma in journalism, diploma in child psychology, certified career counselor with a graduation in law. I welcome you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Preeti. That I'm so humbled, and I thank Pai for inviting me. It is such an honor meeting so many teachers at once. Okay. So without any delay, let me. I can share my PPT, right? Just a second.
पूजा मैम, मुझे थोड़ा सा आपकी वॉइस में प्रॉब्लम लग रहा है, कुछ नेटवर्क ग्लिचेस है कि क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
Now, fine.
Yeah, like clarity is not there, though it's audible, but clarity is not there.
Okay, just a second, give me a minute.
Pooja, I think you're on mute.
Pooja ma'am, I think you haven't started yet. If you have, you are on mute.
No, I have unmuted.
Okay. Now it's clear. Yes.
Now it's clear?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, so good evening all. Before I start, I want you all to grab a pen and paper quickly. And I hope you all are teachers or working in education industry. So I believe that you will have pen and paper with you now. And I don't want anyone to type and note in mobile and all. I want pen and paper in your hand. Okay, so that was enough time to grab a pen and paper, I hope, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Why we talk about teachers' mental well-being? There is this Sanskrit shloka normally whenever we have any event with teachers or for teachers, we'll start with this, right? Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. We think that teachers should always be treated like God, but this has side effects too. That is what came into my mind when I started researching on teachers' mental well-being. Because this school celebrity status makes teachers most of the times get a little tongue-tied when it comes to asking for a help or to accept the burnout that they are experiencing in day-to-day life. Just to give you all background, why I started speaking about teachers' mental well-being. There are 17 goals initiated in 2015 targeting the most important issues in the world and aiming to reduce or eradicate poverty, hunger, and inequality, as well as environmental degradation, that are called as sustainable development goals. So I was reading about sustainable development goals. So in that one particular goal, we have about mental well-being and quality education. So when I was reading articles about mental well-being, everywhere it's been expected that teachers to have a check on children's mental well-being. Hardly anywhere I found anyone talking about teachers' mental health. Right? Providing quality education is a fundamental step towards sustainable development in order to raise awareness and give everyone opportunity to learn, regardless of obviously gender, origin, and income, all that. Indeed, it can be said that the SDGs or Sustainable Development Goals will not be achieved without proper implementation of education system. And I believe happy teachers can create a great school and great school environment, in all the educational institutions. It's not only primary up till universities to achieve everything. Hence, focusing on teachers' mental well-being needs to be an integral part of the sustainable development goals, either it is from UNO or if you are planning any development goals at the school level, at the society level, community level. Teachers' mental health is really, really important aspect to look at. So before we discuss this further, a small task for you all. I know it might be slightly difficult, but note down 3 students' names who are your most favorite. Write the reason. But one restriction, not only on the basis of academic performance. So many of you may say all children are your favorite, but still I'm giving you tough job to choose now. So I'll give 1 minute time. Once you are done writing 3 names with the reason why they are your favorite students, just put a message on chat box or confirm me that you are done with it. Write 3 names with reasons, not only on the basis of academic performance.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So quick. Just think about those 3 students and reasons.
Done.
Okay, this is sufficient time, I think. So now, as you all have had a glance of your 3 favorite students, I think this can resonate with you. Please watch calmly without blinking, guys. It's every second of this music is really wonderful. Isn't it? After students going out, most of the teachers, they miss them, and most of the students, after learning lessons from life and reaching the places where they wanted to reach, they appreciate their teachers. So when they are with them, normally many students do that. They ignore them, or they think teacher is irritating by repeating same things again and again. But they definitely appreciate them and realize one day, once they reach their goals, which they set for their life, definitely they, realize this, value of teachers. Sometimes when the child does not look like, right, so we repress it or we judge it, but there is always an angel coming down from heaven and picking someone up on earth to guide and inspire the child. The person chosen by this angel is called teacher. So this normally I repeat in all my sessions that I take for students. Teachers change people for the better, right? But in this process of preparing the world to face challenges and achieve things, many teachers burn out, and that's harsh reality. You teachers may accept this for your passion, but we cannot let this continue. You spend more time with our children, more than we do. Managing 1 or 2 kids at home is a difficult task. You look after hundreds of children. You work 24/7, preparing schedule, preparing for classes, preparing for culturals, even during holidays, evaluation, results, and again planning next academic year, whatnot. So if somebody says teaching is an easy job, no. Imagine handling different, thousands, hundreds, different minds, hundreds and thousands different emotions, right? Do you love the job? All these things are definitely stressful. So now, before I go ahead again, what type of teacher you are? So this, just like the video I played before, there's one more video that my student sent me. One of my students sent me during, I think for Teachers' Day. So I just want you all to watch it.
Quiet, everyone! Is this a classroom or a fish market?
Good morning, ma'am.
Sit down, everyone. Pin drop silence and open your notebooks. Yesterday, Pinky and Pankaj, they were talking in the recess. Sudhanshu saw it with his own eyes.
Talking in my class, talking.
यदि आप लोग कक्षा में ध्यान नहीं दोगे तो परीक्षा में अंडे ही उबालोगे।
Excuse me, ma'am.
ये हिंदी की कक्षा है। यहाँ अंग्रेजी में जो बात करेगा वो कल 2 पृष्ठ से लेख लिख के लाएगा।
So guys, today we are going to learn about the great Roman figure, Julius Caesar, and it's a story of betrayal by a friend.
Yes, I think you must have looked at different type of teachers here, and first one though definitely I have come across many teachers with the same dialogue as is a classroom or fish market. But keeping types of teachers aside, I wanted to show in this video that what type of students teachers have to handle, right? So our focus, when I spoke about type of teacher, our focus was only on teachers, like, what type of teachers this video is representing. Similarly, when, even Rowe talks about children's mental health, all the education institutions, NGOs and many other, people who are probably working on many things to see better education system have started focusing only on children's mental health, right? So hardly anyone have spoken about teachers' mental health, and I'm glad that today we are talking about this. And I'm sure this is just an initiative, or this is just a start. We will have many people start talking about this and taking proper measures to probably work on things where they can accommodate teachers to have a happy life or happy environment in campus. So yeah, just a second.
Fish market.
This is not gonna. Just a second. Okay. So now, when we talk about teachers' mental health, so our focus is obviously on teachers burnout, because that is the major reason where we see teachers facing mental health issues. So teachers burnout, psychology today describes as I'm sharing here definition of it: a state of chronic stress that leads to physical and emotional exhaustion, cynicism, detachment, and feelings of ineffectiveness and lack of accomplishment. So burnout is a common scenario or phenomena if you look at every industry. But now in education industry, I always believed this should not be entering, right? One of my friend, Bill, she's retired school teacher. When we were having recent conversation, she mentioned this: if teachers suffer, students suffer. If students suffer, education suffers. And definitely we should not let education to suffer in any community, in any country, right? At least a few of you would have felt giving up at times. This happens in many teachers' lives. If you look at, I don't want to get into technicalities of it or statics of it, but if you just look at many youngsters, they get into teaching job, and after very few years of experience, they get out of it in search of some other career opportunities. And this is sad, but true. Teachers are expected to keep a check on children's mental well-being or kids' mental health, but who is talking about teachers' mental health, right? It's time to talk, and there is a need. I believe if we all start speaking about this, probably we can see many changes. I think reasons for teachers burnout. Teachers are expected to learn till the day or till the last day of their life. So we normally say that teacher is a student till his last day, but where is the time, right? So many teachers are involved in non-academic works and additional subjects, if which they never wanted to take, less pay package, stress, many more. This may not be applicable to all, but these are the few reasons. One of the studies from US have received a response from around 5,000 plus teachers for a survey where they asked what are the 3 emotions teachers felt every day more frequently. They have got 5 but 3 answers, and more common answers: anxious, fearful, worried, overwhelmed, and sad. So anxious, fearful, worried, overwhelmed, and sad, you cannot see any positive feeling here, right? So given the unexpected new demands our educators are facing, because they have to face Gen Z now, and now suddenly last 2 years pandemic have brought in many surprises and many shocks too. we might assume that how teachers are feeling or how teachers would have felt now in entirely different scenarios. And it is not only that, not only last 2 years, teachers burnout exists for years and years now. So see, my father is a teacher, and I'll tell you why I have a lot of respect for teachers and I wanted to teach, because I have seen, irrespective of any situation at home, my father used to get up every day morning, with a smile on face, and go to school, complete his job, and come back. I know this is same with all the teachers, right? So whatever the issues you have in your personal life and your professional life, you make sure that you reach school, you deliver the lecture, you think about your children, right? So now, just as I mentioned, in few schools, teachers are given admission targets and taking care of other non-teaching work. So lack of opportunities, workload, or feeling undervalued. And now, if you have any other, points to add with this, because you are all experiencing, you're all teachers, so you can put in a chat box, any points that we can discuss again. So I know this may not be applicable to everyone, but these are common reasons. So how do we look at creating happy teachers, happy students by the happy schools, right? Teaching is a highly emotional and demanding profession. So this is, every one of you will agree with me. We may think that, just a degree and just 2 or 3 years of experience will make you a great teacher. No, teaching is a highly emotional and demanding profession. Here, knowledge or your academic knowledge and your emotional, what do you call it, emotional intelligence, both play a major role. The reason behind, you are dealing with children, right? So you are dealing with children, not with 1 or 2, you are dealing with hundreds and thousands. So each emotion is difficult and different. So all this, if you have any counselors here or psychologists here, they all know it is not easy managing so many emotions around you, right? So emotions matter for attention and memory and learning. So it's continued stress. If you have, it may lead to many issues that affects teachers' day-to-day work. I have seen this happening with many, and it happened with me also many times, forgetting things frequently, loss of interest in learning, or loss of interest in participating, etc. So emotions require for decision making as well, good positive emotions, because when we are overwhelmed or feeling scared and stressed, the areas of our brains, which is responsible for wise decision making, also can go blank sometime, right? We feel this, it happens. So emotions matter for relationship with colleagues and children as well. So teachers who are experiencing anxiety or frustration, depression, so they will definitely express this in their facial expression or body language or tone or behavior, and this most likely to alienate student. So students don't feel safe around them. So teachers' mental well-being, emotional health matters, right? So this, how you can influence, how you can influence your child or a student. Normal, one of my friends says, if you go happy inside the classroom, or if you go happy into classroom, your entire class will be happy. If you go sad, you will make entire class sad, right? So how you feel, that reflects in your children's face. That is true. That is same even in our personal lives, or even in our families, right? So we can probably spread that happiness if we are happy. And when same 5,000 teachers that were mentioned, different emotions, negative emotions which they used to feel, were again asked another question: how you want to feel, how they want to feel at school, right? So now answers were like, I'll just take top 5 or top 6. Happy, inspired, valued, supported, effective, and respected. Isn't it? That's it. That's it. Our teachers, I know it's, many teachers are less paid, and teaching profession, it's less paid in many schools, but they are happy with their passion. But what you majorly require to be happy? You need to feel inspired. You need to feel valued, supported, effective, and respected. That's it, right? It's easy to give. So you may, a few solutions if we look at working on teachers and students relationship, working on teachers and parents relationship, right? And understanding that teachers are also human. Rather, obviously, I also believe that teachers need to be respected as gods, because they create or they mold our future. But you need to, or any edu leaders or education system policy makers have to understand is that teachers are also humans, right? So self-care, you just have in the intro, Preeti mentioned that you cannot pour from an empty cup. So if you are transferring your energy to thousands and hundreds of students every day, when you are giving or showing them path to lead their lives, it is essential that you take care of yourself too. Only then you are able to serve better. And learning habits, work-life balance, and one more very important thing: stay away from toxic positivity. This is, this I see everywhere. If you just go and tell someone, nowadays everyone is, just don't worry, this too shall pass. You be happy, you can be happy, don't think about that. No, that much positive no human can ever be. So if you feel like crying, if you feel like spending some time alone, make sure that you express your emotions. Don't stop, or don't hide pain or any other emotions, sadness, anxiety, or you are feeling depressed, you are feeling like giving up, anything it is, make sure that you vent it out, because I have seen many life-changing things happening after one cry in many people's lives. That is why it is essential that you also realize that you are also a human being, and don't get into toxic positivity. Make sure that you express your emotions, right? So you may have to regularly juggle with many competing demands, I know, as a teachers. So that results, you normally put other people's mental health, well-being needs ahead of your own. However, it is important that teachers or you take time to prioritize your own mental health and well-being. This is for your benefit and for the benefit of whole education community, or probably to the whole world in, if I'm talking about larger terms. So mental health and well-being activities for teachers should be ongoing and holistic. This has to be implemented in all the schools. If there are decision makers here, so this is my request. Embedding self-care activities such as physical activity or other counseling sessions. Many corporates, they have leadership coaching or wellness coaching, many other coaching sessions happening in companies. So why not same things we bring into schools? I know there are few teachers training sessions happen, but sessions which are focused completely on teachers' mental well-being or less. So that we have to implement, and teachers also, you have to make sure that once in a while you make time for yourself, catching up with the friends. And one more important thing is setting boundaries around work. So if you are deputed for this thing that, I would do this, my job is this and I'll do this. I know you have to extend support sometime. Extending support is something different. Overburdening yourself, which leads to your mental health issues and physical health issues is different, right? So make sure that you focus on your personal well-being as well. So supportive and trusting workplace cultures, have this positive impact on mental health. So it is edu leaders or school leaders' responsibility to have a supportive and trusting workplace where teachers feel free to ask for help. And teachers have to build this habit of asking help. Because many teachers, again, a celebrity status in school, so they feel it is not right to ask for help, but it is always right thing to do. Please ask for help whenever you require, right? And one more important thing, school leadership can provide to prevent teachers burnout is providing proper resources, right? Make sure that you are supporting them with all the learning resources, right? Or mentoring, and encouraging them to have professional relationships. So what happens in that way, they become more confident. And this is, second time I'm saying, handling Gen Z is not an easy task, right? So that's all. That's all for the day. Before I go ahead with question and answer, I would like to mention this. So I have, I'm Preeti mentioned that I'm a global Goodwill ambassador. So I work with one of the again, that is also one of the NGOs or a non-profit organization where we create awareness among children about body safety. So that is one more important aspect I am working for. So I always believe that children's mental health and teachers' mental health, if that is taken care, everything else is taken care. We are creating awareness campaigns in schools where 3 or 2 or 10-year-old children to create awareness about body safety and how to prevent child abuse. Even to teachers we are training. So if anyone of you want to get in touch with us and want in your school, we have hundreds and thousands of volunteers working across the globe. So if you want us to reach your school and probably present the songs or dance which we have, that is one of my best friends, Chrissy. She created the program which is completely free, and that is kind of we are helping our children to help themselves. So that's it from my end. Preeti, if we have any question and answers, so we can go ahead, I think.
Yeah, sure. So anybody wants to ask any questions from Pooja ma'am, please do ask, or you can write in the chat box. You can mute yourself and can also ask.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a question. If you have, because see, I am not a full-time teacher. I'm a lawyer, but I do teach. I teach law aspirants to prepare for law entrances. So as per my interaction with children and my interaction with teachers, so I have come up with all these key notes, whatever I have mentioned. So I have many teachers here, so I thought of asking, because this is a better platform, what is your point of view? You can unmute and speak, and what is your point of view, and what are the areas apart from what I have mentioned? What are your views that can help teach, to prevent teachers burnout, or to work on teachers' well-being?
If I say, Pooja ma'am, when I was teaching, maybe I'm a lucky one that my school take a proper methodologies so that they can check on the teachers' behavior plus their mental stress. So, like, we were allowed to, like, in the beginning when we means reach a school, and there are no schools, means like children are not coming to schools. So we are being able to choose the task as per, like, the students choose the activities. In the same manner, we were allowed to choose the activities, any of the activities, sports or swimming or dance or whatever, and they will be the teachers who teach us also. So like 1 hour you can relax over there. In meantime, if you are having any free period and you are already done with your job, so then you can go for a music class, or you can go for the dance class, or you can sit in a call. There's a canteen. You can talk to anyone. So it is such a freedom given to you, and that's the respect I am still having for that organization, because that freedom has been provided to us. We are not treated as someone who has been burdened with something how to talk about. So, yeah, I think this atmosphere should be there for every school, so that I agree with you that there are so much of mental pressure for the teachers. Means like some schools I have also seen that if the teachers talk to their colleagues also, then it is also been marked like why you are talking, right? So you're not supposed to talk, you're not supposed to discuss. So means like they are treated as they have an organization where they are being jailed for that hours. So it is not to be done. The principals need to understand, director needs to understand, the more freedom they provide to the teachers, the more free atmosphere they can give to the children. So this is from my end. Yeah.
Absolutely. When you said about freedom, that is this point stuck in my mind. Actually, I have seen many teachers coming with lot of passion about teaching job, and more, when they get into subject, or when they get into school environment, many disappointments they face, many disappointments. Mostly it is, I don't know, from the management perspective or from the administrative perspective, they may have their own reasons for few restrictions, but I always felt, as you rightly mentioned, if you give little freedom to teachers, the way they want to teach and the way they want to treat their children, and the way they want to handle them, they just leave with bit freedom. They can create wonders. When we were kids in school, if somebody asks or a teacher asks what you want to be when you grow up, normally I think half of the class or 75% of the class used to say that I want to be a teacher. But unfortunate thing is, out of my entire batch, which used to say that they wanted to be a teacher, here and there, one or two teaching part-time, but full-time teachers are not even one full-time teacher. That is because once they start growing up, they get to see or they get to hear what are the packages and what kind of stress they'll have in campus, or what are the things that they have to deal with. Though we say that a teaching job is easy, you can enjoy, you can have half day. No, that's highly impossible. I can imagine, and I know I have experienced this. So it is. So I think we have to create an environment, financially, mentally, and ethically. Every child that wants to be a teacher and has or her young age, how they are preparing for other entrances, NEET, law, medicine, engineering, law, with all the effort from 11th standard, 10th standard, even from 7th standard itself, with the same eagerness and enthusiasm, they have to look forward to be a teacher. So that kind of environment, if we create, definitely we'll be able to have many teachers who are joining with passion, and they are sustaining in the field. Otherwise, that is slightly difficult, obviously stressful. Hats off to teachers who handle hundreds and thousands of kids with a lot of patience. I know when we were kids, teachers had this option to beat or scold and make us keep quiet, but now that option is also ruled out. So it's very difficult having that patience and maintaining that patience throughout the day. That is difficult, and I don't think if I always feel that this is beyond human job that teachers are doing with lot of patience, and I really appreciate that. So I always feel or I always believe that this talking about mental health has to continue. Probably it have to reach right people, right ears. And I have also filed a petition. I wanted to reach education ministry so that they can bring in some changes in system, and make sure that they have enough of teachers, and reduce teacher and students, number of students ratio, so that teachers not burdened much, and they have only 10-15 students to take care. Then it is easy, rather handling 50-60 students at a time. But it needs a lot of time, I think, effort to bring in a lot of all that changes. Before that, before anything else, we have to start correcting from the root now. So where many teachers are already burnt out, so just wanted to talk to them. And I'm not a psychologist to advise anything on mental health or well-being completely, but with my personal experience, or with my discussion with other teachers, it is always better to start with self-care. And I'm 100% sure that your health, your happiness, and your enthusiasm infect, and it reflects on everyone around you.
Yes. May I come in, Mrs. Pooja?
Yeah, please tell me. Who's
Yeah,
this?
yeah. Yeah, this is Aisha Tazeen.
Hi, ma'am. Yeah, please tell me.
Priti ma'am, will you give me 2 minutes to speak? Our moderator.
So sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yes, thank you, Priti ma'am. Thank you, Pooja ma'am. Yeah, Pooja, you have done excellent. I really appreciate you for one thing, that coming from a law background, you took the courage to speak on a very sensitive and very demanding topic, as it is a need of the hour, and you have done your part very gracefully. Congratulations,
Thank
first
you.
of all. And
Thank
let me
you so
introduce
much, ma'am.
let me introduce myself. I am president of Telangana State of PI Association. And then I have contributed a quarter century to the education sector. Recently, I have celebrated 25 years of my working anniversary. And to be more clear, I am the third generation teacher. My grandpa was a teacher, retired as headmaster. Dad was a degree college lecturer, retired as the principal of government degree college. Me working in Saudi Arabia, presently staying in Hyderabad, enjoying the vacation along with the webinars of the PI and the PI Ki Sansad, and then many other activities, alhamdulillah. Now, you have really told the very best thing that is really matching my attitude. Whenever I sit for any summit, conclave, or webinar, or any debate, I sit with pen and paper physically. I don't write anywhere on the iPad or anything. So as you set me to write, to all of us to write the few names, I wrote it. Later, when you said that with your experience, if you want to say something, this is the topic of my interest, the interest to my soul. Then I have noticed my 25 years of concrete experience says me the very first emphatical role in the leadership of the principal comes in the environment, school culture and school environment. School culture should be excellent, very positive, democratic, and dynamic. You'll be wondering to know when the research says by V.V. Robinson, he says, if a student achieves success, 25% comes from the principal's attitude and reflection, and 40% from teachers. A student, he succeeds, gets 99 or whatever, passes the examination, 25% of it, the credit goes directly to the principal, and 40% goes to the teacher. So, as a principal, he is democratic, giving academic freedom to the teachers, and he has a well-planned academic calendar along with the team of teachers he or she as a principal. Then 50% of the problem of the teachers are solved. The rest of the 50% are increments, incentives, performance appraisal, CPD, that is continuous professional development. If there is a continuous professional development set up by the committee, webinar or seminar, then each problem that is arising in day-to-day teaching can be easily taken up as a webinar, as a part to concentrate, or a lecture that can be easily resolved. The matters can easily be resolved. So the 5 core things, those will definitely make the teacher's mental well-being absolutely fantastic. First, the principal should be chosen very carefully. He should be dynamic and dashing. That is directly reflecting the result of the student. Number 2, teachers' increment, incentives, and performance appraisal promotion should be done on a regular basis with a regular time interval. Number 3, the school culture. School appears to be very beautiful apparently, but the teacher who works for years inside will come to know another hidden school culture. So that school hidden culture will be so toxic. Apparently, it looks very beautiful outside. Ambience is fantastic, infrastructure is fantastic. But inside the environment, when you really come in contact with the teachers, principal, admin staff, then sometimes it really becomes, in some schools, horrible for the teachers when they discuss with me their emotional catharsis. I come to know various things. So that climate, culture, incentives, and the principals' leadership matters. And collaboration. Collaboration between teachers and principals, collaboration among teachers, and collaboration between teachers and students. That is horizontal and vertical communication scale. Horizontal scale should be perfect, and vertical scale of communication should be perfect. And the academic freedom, as you said, should be given to the teachers. The methodology or the pedagogies that she wants to use or he wants to use, allowed. So all these are the things that matter, because this point is a point of my research, day-to-day research. So I could express and enlighten these few facts. Hope you have agreed to it.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. And I have to mention this. I have seen first, third generation, fourth generation lawyers, doctors, engineers, and I'm really glad to see third generation teacher passionately following that particular profession, and even after seeing, experiencing all these difficulties that brings in. I know when I'm mentioning difficulties, it is there in all other jobs too. But with my experience, I could only say that many teachers also they think that my next generation should be a lawyer or IAS, clear UPSC, or get into some other profession. But it is so glad to see that a third generation teacher, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy. Thank you so much for all the messages that are coming in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Benita, Sharada. Thank you.
I think, Pooja ma'am, it's a great session liked by everyone. You are getting so many appreciations for it. Hopefully, we'll be continuing with this later on also, this type of topics, with a due permission from Harshvardhan sir.
My email ID is Pooja, LLB, LLM @gmail.com. I do teach, I mentioned I teach for the law entrances, but I teach socio-emotional learning sessions in schools, government schools, or where they can not afford additional.
Sushanta ma'am, I think Sushant Roy Chaudhary, Dr. Sushant, want to say something? Yes, sir, you are please to ask. Unmute yourself and please to ask.
Hello. Hello. Just a second. Pooja ma'am, क्या please अपनी PPT share करना बंद करेंगे अभी?
Should I share here on?
No, just close this sharing. You're presenting, right? So just stop sharing.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. I want to say something. I am Dr. Sushanta Roy Chaudhary.
Yes, sir. Please tell me.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much to give a chance to say something. I am associate professor in the Bangladesh, a government college. I listen the session is very carefully. This is a nice topic and nice presentation. I work this topic, mental health and well-being, among the students in our college. I think that the mental health and well because in the present world, the third world countries teacher are very so much pressure in the their organization, in a family life. Some point I am noted, the financial benefit is not significantly increased for the third world country like that, India, Bangladesh, same countries are not changing and increasing, and financial benefit is not change. And another things, the changing the curriculum and syllabus as rapidly change in the adaptation and the modern world, the for the effect of globalization. And another problem patient is the adaptation problem with the updating ICT system. The ICT technology, the technology included in our teaching learning system, rapidly various type of software and technique and technology are used. Google Classroom, blended learning, flipped classroom. When I introduced the blended learning and flipped classroom, then the ICT technique and tools and very effective and very needed for a teacher. This is the another threat and challenging issues for the every teacher for adapting this skill. And another things, the changing the student and parents behavior in the current situation. They are the various type of student, they are come from the various cultural issues and their religious issues, and another the societal effect for their demand and their behavior, parent behavior in the past time and the present time, that very much rapidly change. And another, the expectation of the very high from the teacher, but it is the very important thing. Teacher is a human being, is a man. They are they have an limitation and of a teacher. They are not a superman, but our society and our organization, our student, our parent are all, most of the community are expected very high. The student teacher is the very idealistic, but the opportunity of the teacher, the training opportunity, their financial benefit, and another things are not available. Their classroom, the student teacher ratio, and their materials and curriculums, and another things are not sufficient for the available for the teacher. But the teacher can, and they have to deliver the better learning and for the student. It is the very challenging. So I think that the pressure is highly increased day by day, and the mental and physical health well-being is the very important issue for the teacher. So we are conscious for the teacher community. It is the alarming situation. In the few times in the last meeting in our college, I throw this space of the mental health and well-being about the teaching, about the teachers. I want to measure in our institution the mental health well-being situation for the teacher. If my principal the permit, then I conducted the survey for measuring the mental health. Thank you, ma'am. You delivered the very important and the present time is demanding your nice topic and issues. Thank you very much, Pooja ma'am, and another colleagues and dear friends and participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, Sushant, for your insight. Anyone else want to ask anything from Pooja ma'am?
Thank
So
you.
what do you, Harshvardhan sir?
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you so much, Pooja ma'am. It was really a wonderful session with a lot of information. मैं देख रहा था कि सभी हमारे रिस्पेक्टेड एडुकेटर्स पूरा कंसंट्रेशन के साथ, पूरा पोलाइटली जो है हर एक वर्ड को, हर एक टॉपिक के जितने भी मैं कहूँ उसमें जो इन्फॉर्मेशन थी उनको सुन रहे थे। और वाकई